One of the core things I want to share with you is the concept of the personas and the three personas that I see in the project management space. And these personas, I will call them, I would say, the junior PM. The other one, I will call just PM, project manager. And the third one, the senior PM. The first thing I want to make sure you know is that this is not because of age. It's not that, oh, someone 50 years old is here, 30 years old is here, 22 years old is here. Please don't think this way. Of course, naturally, there is a tendency that people here are older than here, that are older than here. But this is not a definite rule. Why? Because you may have someone that is a very senior project manager in the technology industry. That is someone that is very young. But he or she has the experience to raise the bar up to the senior level. This is why, for me, this is my personal opinion, I see no point at all to qualify people for a job based on their age. I met absolutely brilliant project managers at the age of 28. And unfortunately, I saw many very incompetent project managers at the age of 50. So it's not age. It's not age. If you sit and wait 10 years, you will not get promoted. There is a journey for you to do that. And why I want to show you this? Because on these three different levels, different things becoming more or less important for you. So let me try now to do a graphic here, trying just to explain to you the idea I want to address. So let's put here, okay? I will write here, relevance. And down here, I will write senior, I will write here junior, and I will write in the middle PM, okay? First thing, your degree. Your degree, I would say, for example, I am a chemical engineer, okay? For someone that is junior, the degree has a high relevance, but this relevance goes down sharply this way, degree. What do I want to explain with this? Is that if you are 22 or 23 applying for your first job, in your CV, in your interview, in everything, it's quite important that you highlight where did you study? And why this? Because this is what you have at the age of 22. Probably at the age of 22, you did not manage a nuclear power plant, I suppose. So this is what you have. However, for example, when you reach more senior levels, honestly, people pretty much don't care about your degree. Pretty much don't care. I'm not saying that this is everywhere, but I would say that there is a strong tendency. You don't go to an interview and say, look, I have 40 years of experience, However, I had my degree on that university. No, it doesn't make sense. So it goes down. So if you are a project manager here with some good skills, your degree becomes less relevant and it will be reflected less. This is the first thing. The second one I want to talk is about the value of credentials. I would say PMP, SAFe, Scrum, everything. I would say the relevance for you to get a job, okay? For you to get, and not for your personal growth, but for you to get a job. So it's like here, then we can do something like this, like here, and it goes down here, okay? So, for example, it's important. At the beginning, your degree is more. When you go up, let me just put a dot here, just for you to see this better. Maybe on this area, okay, the credential becomes quite important. I will talk more about credentials in the upcoming lessons. But at the end here, you know, you don't use, I would say, to get a job as, I would say, an ultra senior vice president for project management in an ultra large company by putting a highlight in your CV. Oh, I am XYZ certificate. Then, of course, you may ask, okay, all this is going down, but there is one thing that goes up sharply. And this is called experience. Why I want to really highlight this, okay? Because when, and I need that you listening to me now and watching this video, try to position yourself. The junior ones are those starting their career. They are on the first steps. Probably they are on their first job, second job, they just graduated. They are trying even to figure out, okay, what is my path? Where I'm going? These here in the middle, they are more consolidated. They have a good experience. They have already some projects that they were able to manage. I'm not saying ultra large projects, but they manage, they are consistent, they have some strong experience, and they want really to grow on their careers. And this third group is a group that is fully consolidated. They have a massive track record of projects. So when my company, and why I'm sharing this with you, because I was many times in the hiring panel for project managers. And I was evaluating, interviewing, analyzing, trying to decide. So what is the value I give here? For example, someone that is more towards this junior, for me, his or her degree or his or her credential are more relevant than the experience. The experience will be a massive plus here. However, I cannot expect a massive experience with someone that has very limited experience working. When we move to this middle section, on this middle section, I want to know practical things. Credential brings me practical things. Experience brings me. But I still want to look for some sort of degree or formal education. On this last group, the senior one, honestly speaking, I don't care about anything but experience. I want to know how many projects did you do? What is the complexity? And not number. I don't care if you come to me and tell me you did 1,000 projects. I want to know what types of projects we're talking about. How many times did you fail? I recorded a podcast about failure on this. And why? Because here I want someone that has the full experience, that can travel to that path of negotiation, skills, motivation, decision making, putting things together so many times that he or she becomes, I would say, the skin becomes different. They live and breathe project management. This is why they are senior. And honestly speaking, there are people here that did this journey in 4 or 5 years. Why not? It depends. If you, for example, are in a really cutting edge technology, and if you are working in companies that are growing in a dramatic pace, sometimes you join the company as a junior, and in 3 years, you are leading massive transformations. So again, what I want to tell you, it's not about age. It's not. It looks about age because the natural process is that age brings you this. But I know, for example, if I wanted, again, to use the example, to play football, okay? Even being a Brazilian is, I would say, a plus for me as a football player. I'm not even a junior. I don't have anything. I don't have any even skills or experience or credentials. Did you see that? So it depends on what we are talking about. And on the top of all of this, there is the industry experience. And there are other factors that are not specifically related to project manager. For example, language. Okay, language skills. If you're working in international projects, and I will speak later about that, then language becomes critical. Okay, then becomes critical, but it's far easier for you to learn languages when you are younger, starting your career, than when you are senior. It's a natural process. It's an absolutely natural process. So this is why, for example, the degree, and this should reflect in your CV, in your interview. For example, you need to say, okay, what would be a competitive advantage if I'm junior? What do I need to raise? Now, you are listening to me and you are here. What do you need to raise? Is your degree that will make you move forward? No, not necessarily. Is your credential? Yes, up to a certain level. But what will make you move forward? Experience. Experience. This is why we'll have a section just about experience, because the experience is what will make you move through here. This is exactly what you should aim. And it's not easy. So what I wanted in this lesson is that you understand these three. And look, please, if you want to remove the word PM and replace it for Scrum Master, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. Junior is someone that a degree that is starting, for example, if you just change it, your profession. For example, you are a developer, a software developer, and you are now starting to assume some kind of roles in the project management arena. You are managing budgets, you are managing a team to develop a product, you need to interact with several stakeholders. Then, even knowing that you are the most senior developer, you will be somewhere here. Because in project management, you are not senior. Who is senior in project management? Is someone that has a massive experience, a really years and years, many different projects, many failure cases, many challenges to tell and to share. And why I'm saying challenges and failures? Because this is the most relevant part of your experience. This is what really companies are looking for. Someone that knows how painful things are to get done. It's not someone that, okay, I manage something with unlimited budget, unlimited time. This doesn't, you don't need to be competent to deliver if you have unlimited resources. You need to be really competent when you need to deliver things with a tiny budget, a tiny team that is not well developed in a company that is in formation. This is where competence really matters.